It's time to exercise. What up? I can't retire till I'm sent global for rhymes and riddles. Riding around in mint mobiles. I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Hey, I'm Bobby. Pretty much produce most of the songs that we have and write most of the songs that we have that the lyrics are involved.
My name is Robert, and I play the drums.
My name is Ope, and I play the guitar and sometimes bass.
Part of a lion, beast. I was born in the wrong era. Peers say any of them competing with me. Hearsay, doomsday, adapting with every hit that I take. I make hit after hit until the ground breaks. Wait, it doesn't matter what time I'm on. Kill him with every line, then add a fee. Catacomb, take him home. I ain't talking about your mama pop spot. Outline him in chalk, we jump squares like
I was in the
hopscotch.
Philippines, my first time in the Philippines, and we're on the, man, I wish I could remember the actual place in the Philippines. We weren't in Manila, and the place that we were, it doesn't even exist anymore from the volcano. But we were in the market area, and I saw a Navy girl. At the time, I didn't know she was in the Navy. I got to know her later on, and she was looking at some merchandise, a purse, and the vendor took the purse, handed it to her. She took it and she was looking at it, and then she tried to give it back. It's like, no, you owe me money. You owe me money for that.
It's a scam.
Yeah, and she kept saying, I don't want it, but she wouldn't let it go, and he wouldn't take it. And I should have just mind my own business, I guess, and keep walking. I was with my boys, and we were walking, and I stopped, and I was watching it, and they was like, come on, let's go, that's not our business, let's go. And I was like, nah. So she looked like she was ready to cry.
Don't let it sit.
Yeah, so I took the purse out of her hand, and he turned and looked at me, and I handed it, he took it. I said, she doesn't want it. And I looked at her, I said, go ahead and go, don't worry about it. And she was like, thank you so much. And he looked at me, and he was like, she owes me money for this. I said, no, she doesn't. She doesn't want it. So it's done. He poked me in my chest. Of course, that was the end of it.
Oh, he hit you with the angry black
And
girlfriend.
he came over and he poked me in my chest. I don't know what he was gonna say because he didn't get a chance to talk. So after he poked me in the chest, I punched him in the forehead. He goes flying back.
Though?
Oh, forehead, man. Straight in the
hardest
forehead.
part of the face?
I didn't want to hurt my knuckles. I punched
Your forehead, that's where you were.
Oh, his head snapped back. He went staggering back. He was knocking everything over. Other vendors, tables, everything. His heels went up. He was like falling all over stuff. And I was just staring. And my friends, everybody around me was just like,
You did that right after the safety
and I was
brief?
like, he was trying to get to his feet and he's still falling and staggering over other things. And he was looking at me. I said, she doesn't want it. He was like, okay. And I was like, let's go. And then we walked away, and hindsight, I could have went to jail.
Yeah.
But
you could have.
Yeah, I had
And what's crazy
a lot
about
of moments like that.
serving in the military is if you get in trouble in a different country, it's their jurisdiction. So like, there's no quote unquote double jeopardy, but technically it kind of is when you're a service member. Like, you can get arrested in that country, and then when you've done your time or we've done some type of negotiation to get you back or something, you're still serving a punishment through the UCMJ.
Yeah.
So like.
And their police officers were called, they called them brown guys. That was the nickname they have them.
That sounds racist.
I mean, they wore brown suits.
Oh, see, we had to clarify.
Yeah. In a little context, their uniforms were brown.
It was like, good on them. We're like the Uchiha clan.
Yeah, so they were like brown guys.
All the black guys were
And
the
they were
police.
like, I found out later on through other altercations, they were very, very easy to bribe.
Oh.
They were not honest people.
I would like, on the behalf of the community, to eliminate them from the brown guys club. I am not easy to bribe. I'm telling you this right now. It's funny to me because like I'm putting myself in that situation as another Marine. Before we even went out on Libo, we got a safety brief. And that safety brief literally talked about no violence.
Yeah.
Do not get into altercations with the locals. This is not our country.
Yeah.
And almost every time there's something that happens. So for me, we were in Spain. I was stationed in Morón on that base. I'm pretty sure it was an Air Force base, if I'm not
Usually
mistaken. Or it was a naval base. One of the two. I think, no. The Navy base was in Rota. And I think it was an Air Force base in Morone. But anyway, we had Liberty. We went to, I don't remember if we were in Barcelona or Marbella. One of the two. And we were drinking, as tradition with the Marine Corps, of course.
Of course.
And it was these dudes, English dudes, because this was also during the time where Spain is a very tourist attraction area for a lot of Europe. Like a lot of people just go to Spain or through Spain from somewhere, even Russia goes through. So there was some Ukrainian chicks in there. It was some English dudes in there. And they were playing what I thought at the time was 8-ball. I was really good at pool right back then. But they were playing snooker.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to play that.
Right? So for those of you who don't know, snooker, well, the term is you're basically hiding one ball behind another so that the opponent has a hard time hitting the objective ball because it's getting snookered. It's being hidden behind another ball. So that's the term, and the game is all about that. Snooker is specifically about that. Hit your objectives in the pocket, but then snooker your opponent so it makes it hard for them to play. I used to run a little hustle in the Marine Corps over 8-ball. So I was like, oh yeah, this is easy. I can play this. Did not know what the game was. But because I was so good at 8-ball, didn't really matter. I just needed him to tell me what the game was. So the English guy's like, oh yeah. So he explains it to me. I was like, oh, that seems simple enough, right? So I take my shot and we play. I let him win because I just wanted to see what his skill level was.
Of course.
Right? What I don't like doing is if I'm good at something is going all out at the beginning.
Right.
Because then I don't know where your skill level is. And if I get overconfident and I'm like, okay, cool, let's go again. And now you hustled me. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So he played the first one and he got all confident. His voice was like, oh, hey, no, hey, you Marines? It's like, yeah. Okay. We play again. It's like, oh yeah, let's do another shot. He's like, oh,
I love hustling.
let's do a shot every time you get snookered.
Yeah, they always up the ante.
Sure. Okay, so let's do it. So we started playing, and 3 of the Marines sitting at the bar, and they're just looking at me. And I looked at one of them, and they just started laughing like, Jonesy, bro. Because they knew what I was about to do. So we started playing. Beat him bad. Like, he got snookered the whole time. He could not hit his ball at any point. I was just like, oh, I got that one. That's a tough shot. Snooker, right? Let me hide that one. And it was always like right next to it. So like, even if you tried to do some kind of hit around it, it's still gonna touch it at any point, right? So we played that a couple times, then he's like, okay, money on it. So he started putting euros down.
Snap.
I was like, okay, cool. We started putting euros on the table. I took that man's entire pocket full of euros. I felt rich, wasn't much, but I felt rich when I left. So I started walking out, and I thought we were about to fight because he pressed up against me. He was like, yo, you really good. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I am. Thank you for the game. He's like, no, you can't leave. You cannot leave.
I hate that part.
I'm like, I think I can. So then 2 of the Marines, they took their shots, put the glasses down, stood up off the bar stool. It was like, yo, what's up? 3 of us, 3 of you, what's up? And then he looks, he's like, oh, whoa. No, you don't understand. You can't leave without another shot. So they got us another shot. Next thing you know, all 3 of us are on all 3 of their shoulders, and we're running down the streets of Spain, and they're yelling, Marines! I've never met anyone happier to lose all their money in my life. I've never. That was unexpected. I was ready to fight.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm thinking like,
As you should have.
Yeah, that seems to be the appropriate course of action. That's not.
we've been drinking. He got beat. He lost his money. Those are fights.
That's a recipe for a fight.
But no, man, it was more love. And I think that's why I love Spain so much. Marines, the majority of us, we know that we can hurt you, but we don't want to.
Yeah,
because we've only been trained to do it when we need to.
I can't, and I don't think I can hold back.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to.
And that's another thing. Like,
I don't want to hurt
we can't
you.
just play around. Like, it's not like, oh, let's play fight. Oh, hey. And then the next thing you know, I start snapping into like training mode and I start hurting you. Like, no.
Because I know how the blind rage and
Yeah, if you hit me the wrong way, then
I'm going to
just
stop you and move on to the next target.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my mentality. Because I don't think that it's ever just one guy. There's somebody in the cut waiting to hit me in the head with a bottle or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'll take back a little bit of what I said. We can play fight, but with each other,
Yeah.
not with anyone else.
And we hurt each other.
Yeah. But it's fun.
But you also know there's no
There's no ill will.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, it's like,
Like I got stitches in my face. Like,
and even if we do get mad at each other, like I've played fight with other Marines and then we ended up like actually trying to like kill each other because we ended up getting a little too serious, but then we just calm down after we lose all our breath. Then we're like, yo, all right, you got me. Like, that was it.
and it's nice when somebody else can step in and it's like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, like a staff and CO's coming by, like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like, okay, guys, you got it out of your system. Let's shake some hands.
Now let's get back to training because you guys owe me like a bunch of rounds right now. Like, you owe me a couple laps. You still need to do that drill 6 more times. I thought it was 3, Staff Sergeant, and it's 6 now. That's crazy.
Can we all sit down and just eat our chow now?
Yeah, we're in the chow hall.
Yeah, the chow hall is totally demolished.
It's like, wait. CEO calls, is like, why are the Marines still at the chow hall? Well, they were fighting for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I ran into the door.
Sorry, sir. But Collins was talking a little trash. He said, I don't care. You're on my time. How did you guys come to the idea of forming a band? How did that happen?
It started off with just me and this guy. He's about 7 years old or so. I taught this guy how to rap. And I was taking him, he was doing talent shows. We were doing different things. He was doing talent shows in school. He won every single one. He was doing church, and then it turned into a more positive type of thing because I wanted him to be on, to have a more positive mindset about entertaining. I thought it would be a good way to help him be a leader, because he really didn't talk to people. He kind of like he could get people together and they could play and stuff. But I wanted him to be able to look somebody in the eyes and say what he had to say. So, I constantly put him in a position where he performed in front of a group of strangers. And then later on, your cousins and you guys were the big boys. Yeah. They made a couple of CDs, little kids. I wrote, me and my wife wrote the lyrics. I did all the music, arrangements and stuff, and we still play that music to this day for entertainment. But he did a lot, and then I went on to start playing a bass guitar. I kept DJing, kept making music. We moved on to different types of music. Was doing competitions. He won every single one of them. This guy, he moved out. He turned 7. Started him on the violin.
I started violin at like 4.
Okay, started violin at 4. And
guitar.
Even now, like he started on a program called Sprouts, which it's a beautiful program. It's big and it's up and running. I think it's running in multiple states now. He was one of the first groups of Sprouts students. And he was in the first class. It was a great thing. I gave him the opportunity to play guitar. He ran with that. Joined an all kids band. When he got to the band, they all played violin. That's how we started. They wanted him. I auditioned him for playing violin, but then I said they had like 6 violin players, and I was like, that's
overkill.
Yeah, that's way overkill for violins. And she called it a rock band, and I was trying to wrap my head around that.
What you rocking out? It's just strings.
Crazy. And we went to see one of their performances, and I was like, hey, look, he plays guitar as well. And she's like, what? So he started playing guitar and then next thing you know, years later, they were a full-on rock band. So he really took off on the guitar, and I just took him on the same path I took this guy on. He auditioned for the Omaha Playhouse.
You don't want to talk about this one.
No, this is good stuff. The Omaha Playhouse did School of Rock. First time coming to Omaha. And he was the lead guitar player. I mean, that's a big accomplishment. I mean, he went from like nowhere on the spectrum to doing that.
Never feels like big when you're doing it though.
Yeah, he didn't appreciate all the work that we put in to get him to that point at all. I don't think he does to this day.
So how did you guys decide to be as one though?
Well, I knew he expressed that he could play drums, and I got some drums. I knew he could play the guitar, and I knew I could play the bass.
So then you just said, let's do it.
Yeah. So I wrote some songs, put some stuff together, and they told me my songs sucked. We kept messing around with it till everybody found a piece that they felt comfortable and how they felt comfortable doing.
Okay.
And I think our first song was Best Me.
Oh, that was the first one.
That was the first
The one
song.
I engineered.
But the one you heard, that's
after like 6
that's like the 10th generation.
10th iteration of it.
Yes.
It just sounds nothing how it used to.
It sounds almost nothing. It's just a whisper of what it used to sound like. But that's because as we continue to play around Omaha and we said we're venue to venue.
Start figuring out less is more.
Yeah, everybody started growing their parts, and I cut back a little bit and was just laying down that groove. He was laying down his groove, and this guy was thinking more and more and more that it was about him. So
It sounded like it.
right? So the new version that you hear was not that much guitar, but it's a good feel, and I don't think it's overkill. And so what we ended up coming up with now, I really like, and they expressed that they really like it as well. Of course, he likes it, and pretty much all the songs that we have get to be turning more and more into guitar solos. So we're dialing that back, and we're putting in some work to do some things.
I'm gonna let you guys hear Best Me at the end of this. So the outro is gonna be that song, and I'll play the guitar solo so you guys can hear what we're talking about right now. Does the band life ever influence or ever get in the way of family life?
Well, let's hear what you got to say about that.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, my life's pretty chill. So I mean, I was busy. I got a lot going on, but I don't think it gets in the way. Usually we just plan around it, you know. Like I have a lot of work stuff I'm doing and trying to grow at my job, and my wife does a lot of stuff, and I want to go to her shows. I think I've always been in like a creative kind of zone of life. Like I've always had a lot going on or like things to do or whatever. So it's just kind of normal. And even when I moved out, I wasn't very creative, but I had like 3 jobs. So like I'm used to always having a lot going on. So I don't think it really gets in the way.
I'm still in school. I'm still a child. So whatever he makes me do, I just do. So
Good answer. But so I mean, it's interesting the way you worded it. It was more difficult, I thought, when we were trying to do the 5 of us. We always had to reschedule something.
I think it was harder when we had to learn at the same time, like when we were learning and playing this song. But
Well, you said 5, so I knew about 4. Your wife. Who was the 5th?
My ex-wife.
Oh, both of your wives were in the band together.
Yes.
That's crazy.
We all performed here on that stage.
I must have missed that part.
I'll give you a clip.
That is.
My first wife, she's still a really good friend of mine. She performed with us, and she did the vocals.
They didn't have any issue.
No,
never happened.
none that they explained to us. I mean, they go out to tea together.
best friend.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah, they go out and have
You're
tea
not
together.
scared of that?
Me? Dude, I prayed for that.
Is music for all of you a dream or is it something of a hobby?
Both.
I never looked at it as a hobby, but I never looked at it like this is what's going to pay my rent. I just wanted to be able for all of us to be in a position. I just wanted to create something that keep my family together and make sure that we communicate and we don't stray apart. And we come together and we push out positive energy together to kind of reflect, that you can find something positive in anything. Like as a family, like we're not perfect. Like, we've had arguments and we've had disagreements and we've had a lot of things, but the five of us can still come together, share Mother's Day, special occasions, come to band practice, and go on a stage and perform together. Everybody's talented. Like my first wife, she sang. She's always been a singer. She was in our church choir. My current wife, singer, dancer, choreographer. This guy's always, as long as we've been doing music. This guy's been doing music. I've been a DJ. We all are doing something. I'm like, it's just a waste that we don't all pull it together. So it was never meant to be a hobby, but we all agreed, let's see where it goes. Okay. But that being said, nobody is getting off their butt and grinding to make it more than a hobby. We're just letting it come to us and we're having fun.
Okay, so if you guys can't, as a band, not as individuals, as a band, let's try to list some inspirations.
I would say we get together, and one of the things that we do, like if I DJ, when we get together, we play Slick Rick children's story, and yeah, and we just go ham on that song, and we jump around. Everybody, all five of us are singing. We get in a big circle and we sing all the lyrics. We all dance together. But that definitely is one of, I'd say, as a family, that you can play that and Return to the Mac.
Morrison, I love Return to the Mac.
And it's a wrap. What about you?
For me,
because I know you got some really good music.
Yeah, I love making music. My inspirations are all over the place. I've told this to people before, and then they always go, "You're a rapper." And then you went here and there, right? So my inspirations, Luther Vandross and Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah.
That's over here. Phil Collins.
Oh, yeah.
I always used to play Phil Collins in the car.
Me too.
My dad would play Phil Collins a lot. We had his entire album. He would either play one of three albums when we were riding around together. All Eyes on Me.
Hold on.
Phil Collins, or Nelly's Country Grammar.
Yeah.
Because we're from St. Louis, so Nelly was like that was our thing too. So I was either bumping Nelly, Phil Collins, or Luther Vandross, or Tupac in the car.
I listened to a lot of Tupac.
Luther Vandross was a big inspiration because I would hear it all the time at my auntie's house. And then I would hear it on the TV because we'd have barbecues at the house, and I don't know if you guys still do it now, or you remember back when you have a barbecue, nobody really had like MP3s and stuff, so they pull up a video or YouTube or something.
Video Soul.
And then they would just play the music on the TV through the sound system.
Yeah.
It'd be Luther Vandross. Yeah. And it just go throughout the entire house. Yep. And then it flips over to, like I said, Teddy Pendergrass, but then I started getting into hip-hop more because Tupac was playing over and over again, and I started listening to Eminem. And what's crazy is Eminem wasn't my biggest inspiration when it came to hip-hop. Royce the 5'9" was my biggest inspiration when it came to hip-hop. I heard Eminem, and then I heard Boom, which was a single that got released by Royce off of Rock City. And it was this one line that I never forget. My saliva can, oh man, what is it? I just forgot it. I just got so excited and it just flew out of my head. My saliva can split thread into fiber and bits. Trust me, I'm as live as it gets. I was like,
oh, that's serious.
I was like, hold up.
That's a bar.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still.
My saliva can split threads into fiber and bits. Trust me, I'm as live as it gets. My mind was blown. Why be a band instead of solo act?
We all do solo projects, or we have. Like when he's rapping and doing his thing, It's just him out there on the stage, on the tracks or whatever. He has done a lot of solo stuff. I mean, he's done a lot, and just this last summer, he did. What was that one we did down on 24th and Lake?
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Good Lord. He performed. He did Juneteenth, and I was a solo. He does a lot of solo stuff. We do solo things, but now I try to help this guy out, and I'll share the microphone duties with him if he wants me to. If he says I got this, and I want to just be on stage by myself, go ahead. But now we have songs where we both have verses on the songs, so we'll still perform with tracks, and we both rap on that.
Everyone in my circle and anyone who knows me knows that first and foremost, I'm a recording artist. Then I'm an audio engineer. I'm a lyricist first. So like most of the time when I'm out, people are like not really bothering me because nobody wants to bother a rapper about anything. No one really cares. Like, and that's another thing about. I think hip hop is the most versatile genre, but it's also the most underrated. It's so crazy, right? Yeah. It's the most versatile, but it's the most underrated. You can do anything you want, but if someone's gonna get an opinion for vocalists, they're not gonna go to a rapper. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, you sing. Even if you suck at singing, they're gonna be like, what do you think about this? What do you mean? They suck at singing. What do you mean? What do they think about it? Why don't you ask me, the one who actually does like really good music? Well, you're just a rapper. Just a rapper.
How many times? Oh, you do that rap.
All right, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and give me 16. I need some good internal rhyme schemes. I need at least 3 triple entendres. Make sure you give me all the syllables.
There's so many people that don't understand what they're listening to. They don't get it.
Yeah, I get it. But
you
my favorite fan as a lyricist, my favorite fan are the English teachers. My English teachers are the best fans I've ever had.
They get it.
Oh, because
they get it.
I got an email from one of my English teachers, and he was a college professor in Kansas City. I was in Kansas City, Missouri at Penn Valley. He emailed me one day because I was in his class and he started asking people, hey, introduce yourselves, introduce the class. And I was like, oh yeah, I make music and blah, blah, blah. This is my YouTube, whatever. I did not think that he would go and look at my YouTube channel. So he looked at it and he listened to one of my songs. He sent me an email. The school email was like, your use, I can't remember the whole thing. It was like a short paragraph, but he was like, your use of something was really good. I can't wait to see how you do with our written exam, like our paper. I was like, what is he talking about? And then I see a link at the bottom, and I click on it, and it's my YouTube page. I was like, oh, this is the song that he listened to, and he was trying to express, he heard all the literary terms and terminologies and phrases that I was using, and he appreciated it. Mm-hmm. Like, same reason why, like, Kendrick Lamar got the Pulitzer Prize. Like, those kind of guys really, really appreciate lyrics.
Yes. I love storytelling. Yeah. That's my favorite style of rap is storytelling. I like when people are talking about life issues. There's people that can rap and they can tell you a story and you look at it and you say, he's rapping about something. And then there's somebody that's rapping, that's telling you something that gets you in your emotions. And that starts to get you thinking, and that you start understanding that, this means something. Like the music almost disappears.